Welcome to ACTV Newsmakers. Today we're going to learn about a special service that is operated from the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office through their Victim Witness Unit, and you're going to get a chance to meet the staff. So joining us today from the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office is DuPage County State's Attorney Bob Berlin, and we also have Syra Sanchez, who is the victim witness at the State's Attorney's Office, and our friend joining us also today is Duo Dog Crew, who is right down there just off of where Syra is sitting and doing a great job, badge and all. So thank you very much, State's Attorney Berlin and Syra, for coming in. Bob, tell us about this Victim Witness Unit, first of all, before we get into talking a bit more about Crew and the responsibilities that he has. What is the Victim Witness Unit at your office?
So our Victim Witness Unit is made up of professionals who are assigned to various cases, all of the violent cases, and their job is to deal with victims of crime. Pay attention to their needs, let them know what's going on in court, go with them to the courtroom, answer all their questions, and provide notifications of all the court dates and all the motions that are filed. They also help us with witnesses, so if we have out-of-town witnesses that we need to bring in for a trial, our victim witness professionals will help make those arrangements. That's their main job.
Is advocacy really critical when it comes to these very serious, very severe, violent cases? An advocate on behalf of witnesses, victims, and so on. You talked about making sure they know when court is going to be held, getting witnesses in. That must be an important part of your work, then.
It's very important. And you have to remember that the attorneys are in court and they're there to try a case. And while we're all trained attorneys, we're not specifically trained to deal with victims of crime. Some are better than others. Our victim witness specialists do have that training, and they do a great job helping the attorneys out, answering all the questions of the victims and paying attention to them when they're in court. They're going through a very difficult period, and we're really all they have. For a lot of these victims, they're seeking justice, and it's us.
How has that need grown over the 14 years you've been in office? Have you seen it become more of a need as, let's face it, the society, needs of society have changed, and it sounds like you've been able to grow with that over the time that you've been in the State's Attorney's Office?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, an increase in crime over those 14 and a half years. The cases are more complicated, and the system is more complicated. And the average person, their only involvement with the criminal justice system usually is in traffic court. They get a traffic ticket, they go to court. That's most of the public. So for people who are coming in, they've been a victim of a violent crime, they don't know what to expect. They don't understand how the system works, and that's why it's so important to have these victim witness specialists to answer those questions and to be with them and to really look out for them and take care of them.
Syra, let's talk about the position that you have in the office, victim witness. How long have you worked with the DuPage State's Attorney's Office?
7 years now.
7 years, okay. Is this something that you had studied in school? Did you get a degree or a background in this type of work?
I did study criminal justice, but when I started my career, I did start with domestic violence. So that's how my path ended up going through that.
Yeah.
In the office we deal with victim violence, domestic violence, misdemeanors, felonies. So we get a lot of training from the office as well.
What's a typical day like for the victim witness at the DuPage State's Attorney's Office?
As soon as we check our email, we check our voicemail. Sorry.
It's okay, Crew, we'll get to you.
We check our voicemails. We go to court with the victims. When we have trials, when we have sentencings, we go with them. We meet with them either our office or we meet at the courtrooms. Sometimes we even escort them in from their car to the building.
The courthouse.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're doing fine, babe. Are cases assigned to you then on a day-to-day basis? Do you have a certain number of clients that you're working with at any time?
Yes, so my unit is 4 people, so we split the alphabet.
Yeah, so that's a lot of work. All right, Crew has stood up there. Now, tell us the job that Crew has First of all, when did you start having a victim witness dog working in the office? When did this all start?
We got him in September, so 9 months.
Okay. Very good. What's his job?
His job is comfort the victim. Honestly, when he walks in the building or he walks in that room, you can see the people demeanor change right away, especially when it's a minor. They don't want to be there. It's stressful for them, right? Sometimes they don't even want to talk to us. But as soon as they see crew, they change. Their demeanor change. They're willing to talk to us. They're willing to say something that before maybe they were afraid. And then he gives us that courage.
Do you explain to your clients why crew is in the office? In case, they see this dog walk in, I mean, they might wonder, what is this all about? So do you have to give them the understanding of the role of crew with your office?
Yes, a lot of people see him. I mean, he always wearing his vest. He's a facility dog. So we have different type of dogs. In the courtroom, we have a sniffing dog in the room. So sometimes people are a little scared of him.
That's a little different situation, right?
So with him, I explained to him, no, you guys can pet him. That's fine. And then he's very friendly. So he comes to you right away.
What type of training did crew have to get this job?
So the company trains them since they were puppies. So they start right away. After they are 18 months, they kind of go to the college, what they call, and then they determine what career they're going to take.
Oh, how interesting.
So, I mean, it depends of their demeanor or how they are. They would decide where they put them. After that, the handlers go to their facility for a week, and then we train with them, learn the commands, learn everything that we need to know.
Now you're one of the handlers in the office, right? So you're with crew all the time. Hence, he's very docile. He's been trained, went to college, as you said, and he knows you. He knows Bob certainly very well. I'm sure you guys probably interact all the time, right? Sure. You see him walking down the hall. That's right. Do you find? Well, let's talk about then how your clients, the people you're working with, what's their demeanor? What is their feeling after some of that initial stress has kind of decreased once they get to start to sit there and pet crew and maybe talk with them a little bit?
You can see it right away. I see people that you can tell that they have anxiety. You can tell the anxiety when someone, and then as soon as we bring crew, they're like calm down or they're focused just in crew, and then they can be in court, but their focus is him. So you can tell how they appreciate that he's there. I have people say, oh my God, thank you so much for bringing him here. Like, I needed him. He worked in a really big murder trial a couple months ago. And honestly, he did such a great job with the family, just being there for them. Does
it help you do your job and then probably help the state's attorney that's assigned to the case? Does it help because now the victim, you can communicate with them a little easier. You can get the feel a little bit more than if it was all anxiety. Maybe you aren't getting the type of information for either one of you. How do you see victims react when it comes time to talking with the assistant state's attorney, whoever's doing the prosecuting, and then you need to work with them also? What's the behavior, the demeanor of the victims in this case?
I think, as Sarah said, that your victim sees crew automatically goes to somebody in distress. He can sense someone's feeling uneasy, and they immediately relax, and they are comforted, and they get to a state where they're able to communicate with you and answer your questions, and it just puts them at ease. It's a difficult environment for anyone to go into court, especially if there's a jury, there's 12 people sitting in a box who are strangers, there's a judge. It can be very intimidating for adults. And crew just has that calming influence on everyone. He just makes people relax, puts them at ease, and really helps victims and witnesses deal with a very stressful situation.
I understand that you're looking to bring in a second dog now for your office, right?
We have been approved for a second dog, and our plan is to have a dog full-time in our Children's Center. And our Children's Center has investigators who are in charge of investigating almost all sexual and physical abuse cases against children all over DuPage County. So they're unfortunately extremely busy,
Right.
but we have a lot of child victims go in and out of that center every day for interviews. And crew spends a lot of time there now,
Okay.
but by having a second dog, we can have a dog full-time at the Children's Center, and then another dog in our main office.
All right. So, Syra, tell us about how it was, in days past to now, where you've had crew there since September, you said, several months. How does this impact the work that you do and your team when it comes to talking to people who are victims of crime and find themselves in these situations and working with the state's attorney's office?
Yeah, as Bob was explaining, how crew goes to the people and change. We have victims that in the past they didn't even want to go there, but I think that now they're looking forward to go to the courts because of him. Like they have little kids that they're like, oh, I'm gonna see crew today. So is that okay? I have to see crew, or crew is coming, or crew is this. So we take that part away from them, that it's not that easy for them to go to court, and they're just looking forward to see him. And before we didn't have that.
And Bob, I would think this really puts a touch of humanity on the work that you're doing, the things that the victims are going through. By that I mean they can relax, they can talk to the attorneys whom they're working with, they can talk with your team. It de-escalates a lot of that fear and emotion and stress that they're going through, especially when there are children, whether they're there or they are the victims of the crime themselves. This has got to give you a good feeling that you're doing the best you can for the citizens of DuPage County when they are dealing with the state's attorney's office.
Absolutely. It's a great feeling knowing that we're giving them everything we can, and they deserve it. They deserve the best that we can give them, whether it's in our office, whether it's being interviewed by the police, or whether it's going to court. And crew has really helped immensely put our victims and witnesses at ease so that we're able to get our job done and protect the community. He's just been invaluable, and invaluable in our own office for our own attorneys. The morale has gone up immensely. Attorneys come down from court after a stressful day in court, and here's crew ready to meet them. And he just puts a smile on everyone's face.
Everybody, they're just as human, and we all need a little stress reliever, and it sounds like crew's got a big job that he takes care of.
Yes.
We want to thank you both for being with us today and bringing crew in, talking about this very unique and very important service here in DuPage County through the DuPage County State's Attorney's Office and their Victim Witness Unit. Crew is there to work with not only the staff and State's Attorney Berlin and his team, but those people in DuPage County who need those services from the State's Attorney's Office through the Victim Witness Unit. He's there for them. So we want to thank our guest today, Bob Berlin, the DuPage County State's Attorney, Syra Sanchez, the Victim Witness from the State's Attorney's Office, and our duo dog, Crew. Crew, you're doing a great job. Is he awake still? Or is he? He's doing a great job serving the residents of DuPage County. Thank you both very much
for being with us and bringing
Crew in. We're really happy to have gotten this message out to our community. And thank you for joining us on ACTV Newsmakers.